Hello everybody and welcome. I am Bricker Boom, and it's time to see if we can beat another Pokemon challenge. This is my first time playing through HeartGold and Soul Silver in a Pokemon challenge, and in general, it's my first time playing it for the better part of 5 to 7 years, so I'm really excited to see how this one will go. Through Discord, a friend of mine said that Venemoth was her favorite bug-type Pokemon, and between Kanto and Johto, she said that Johto was her favorite. So, to honor Tangibats, or as I call her, Tangibats, an excellent VTuber friend, I was happy to accept this particular run. I did decide that I didn't want to make things way too easy at the beginning, so I will be starting with Venonat. Looking at its stats, it's at about 450, which is well above what we were used to when we used Bulbasaur. The moveset isn't too bad. It gives us access to Psychic, Poison, Bug, and even a flying move, albeit not a very powerful one. By TM, we have access to a variety of decent moves, so I actually have quite high hopes for how this run will actually go. As a brief overview of any and all rules, only Venonat can be used in battle. I cannot use items in battle unless I hit level 100 and have exhausted all possible strategies to win and still am getting nowhere. And other Pokemon can be captured, but only for HM or TM use. Starting our adventure, we pick Venonat, who we nickname, of course, Tangibats. And checking, we have a naive nature, which means higher speed, and lower special defense, which is fine. Truth be told, we want to try hitting first and hitting hardest anyway, so that's perfectly fine. Tinted Lenses is our ability, which isn't bad, but I still think not very effective moves are going to be way too weak for us to be able to do much with them, but only time will tell. We go ahead, we go through the beginning game stuff, and we eventually, as we're making our way back, fight who is going to be our rival, and despite him getting 2 critical hits on us and nearly taking us out, we were able to go ahead and pull off a victory. We head back to the professor and name our rival Sweet Rat, the opposite of Tangibats, because I think my jokes are great. A short trip to Violet City later, and we're making our way through Bellsprout Tower. Finishing that up quickly enough, we're able to brute force our way to Falkner. With this battle, we're able to make it through the Pidgey, but not before getting Sand Attacked. As you know, Sand Attack is going to lower our accuracy and make sure that no other moves are going to hit nearly as often as they should. So, naturally, we begin missing afterwards, and a few super effective gusts later, we unfortunately go down. We do immediately try again, but unfortunately things go pretty similarly, and we go down again. At the end of the day, we just need a few more levels. Now, I do want to go ahead and take this moment to explain, we do use rare candies. We have the totally legit method for making sure that we do have rare candies, because we don't want to make sure that we spend hours grinding. So we do go ahead, get up to level 16, and try again. Of course, we get Sand Attacked right at the beginning, but this time we didn't take any damage from Pidgey, but our accuracy is messed up. Gust is still messing us up, and when Confusion does manage to hit, we're not unfortunately doing much damage. It doesn't take long for us to go down. We get one more level, and finally an attempt where we change our strategy. With access to Poison Powder, we poison it, Supersonic it, and then finally wear it down for a not very clean victory, but a victory is a victory. After that, we head to Azalea Town, go through Slowpoke Well without much of an issue, and it's time to start Bugsy. Bugsy starts off with a Scyther, who is an absolutely terrifying opponent. Even with our additional levels that we gained on the way here, it doesn't take long for Bugsy to take us out. We try a few more times, and due to some very good confusion luck, we're able to take Bugsy out, head out, heal up, and go to fight our rival. And unfortunately, here is where I messed up. So I lost this attempt, and out of reflex, I restarted, and I hadn't saved. So we have to fight Bugsy again. Oh, this could be bad. This could be real bad. Don't tase me, bro. That did nothing. Yeah, this is not gonna end well for the Boom. It's just making my defense lower. It's gonna murder me in a minute. Okay. That's rude, but okay. Smack yourself. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a star. Smack yourself. Damn it. I think they can. It's been a while since I've played a high-level bard. One moment. Consulting the compendium. AKA Google. It is naturally learned by bard and wizard, so yes. Just imagining choke punching. Come on, smack yourself. Yeah! Yeah! That was the only way we were gonna beat Quilava. Why are you hitting yourself, gym nerd? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! So many coins to flip. Oh no! Please no. Son of a bitch. Damn it! Oh, the tables turned so fucking quick. Yeah. Which is No. Did I forget? I forgot to save! I was very, very upset. This time, while fighting Bugsy, after a few losses, I was ready to be done with him. Because I was irritated at my own stupidity, so I just went ahead. We knew that we could do it at the lower level. I just popped a couple rare candies to make it easier, took him down, went back to the rival fight, saving right beforehand, and then finally on our second attempt, we beat the rival. After a very horrifying visual error a moment later, which I can only be described as something from the ring, we continue on our way, getting a few far-fetched, and soon find ourselves in Goldenrod to try and face Whitney. With Clefairy, using Metronome, it's very hit or miss, and when it uses Psybeam, from that, we find ourselves hurting by the time Miltank comes out. There was even an unlucky attempt where Clefairy double-slapped us into submission. We do level up a few times, but Miltank is just way too much for us. Between the fact that it has access to Attract, Stomp that'll flinch us, and then even using Milk Drank to heal itself, we don't stand a chance. So what we do is we do pop one more rare candy after about 5 or 6 failed attempts, and thankfully the evolved form is finally enough to take down the Miltank. However, you can see here, even with an evolved Pokemon, it's still very, very close because Infatuation. Between Sand Attack in the first gym and Infatuation in the third, I have no idea what the future gyms are going to hold for me, but I can only hope that it gets a little bit easier. Now that easily one of the harder gym leaders, depending on the Pokemon you have, is out of the way, we head on to Ecruteak. I don't know. I've heard people say it so many ways, I'm not even sure what's correct anymore. We heal up, and we head to the Burn Tower. Ghastly went down to a single Psybeam, and next was Quilava. One Supersonic later, we went on the offensive and took it down, but unfortunately, not before getting smoke screened. After 4 misses in a row. We get confused, and next turn, hit ourselves. We are down to 29 HP by the time we finally hit the Zubat to one-shot it. Thankfully, our next attack connects with the Magnemite, so despite terrible luck, we were finally able to move past it. After that, it's time to face Morty. We immediately one-shot the Ghastly, the Haunter, and then it's time to move on to Gengar. It does manage to hit us with the Sucker Punch, but then we immediately take it out with Psybeam, and Haunter also falls, netting us our 4th badge. Out of the multiple gym battles that we have had so far, that one was definitely the easiest. After that, we sail across the sea, and it's time to face Chuck. Chuck, being a fighting type trainer, well, it didn't go great for him. We Psybeam the Primate, it double teams and then Hyper Potions, but we managed to break past that and Psybeam it again. This time it doesn't heal up, and another Psybeam takes it out. And after that, we continue with the Psybeam train and take the Poliwrath down, and honestly, still had plenty of HP to spare. After that, we take some medicine to Ampharos, and we're ready to face Jasmine. We confuse the Magnemite, but get paralyzed in her turn. On our next turn, we take it out, and it's time for the big threat on her team, Steelix. Steelix immediately kicks up a Darude, and we're paralyzed. Next, it uses Screech, and I very, very stupidly try to poison the Steel Giant, forgetting that, you know, Steel is immune to poison. It's fine. After that, it was time to be on the offensive as we hit it with a Signal Beam, but unfortunately, we wasted too much time, and we're going down to Sandstorm. Between that and it was a very sloppy battle. I understand that. So we did an immediate rematch. We one-shot the Magnemite. We bring Steelix down to half, but a berry heals him, and he smacks us hard with Iron Tail. The next Signal Beam crits for the knockout, and after that, it's one more Magnemite. We Signal Beam the final Magnemite, and that gets us the next badge. So that would have been much easier had I not, you know, played like an idiot. It's fine. I'm not upset. You're upset. We run to Mahogany Town. We take out the red Gyarados, watch Lance Hyper Beam a man in the face, and then take out the Mahogany Town Team Rocket base. I'm gonna be honest with you, for the most part, I probably won't cover most Rocket events in any of the games, unless it's a place like Silphco where there's a hard rival battle, or a difficult battle like in, I want to say, it's Gen 4, Diamond and Pearl, the Perugly fight. Like, there's, unfortunately, with the Rocket battles, I get that they have to make the grunts lower level, otherwise it would be a complete slog, but because of this, honestly, the battles in there are not too interesting. If that turns out to be something that you want to see, just to see how quickly we decimate our way through the base, let me know. I could always look in and including it, but it definitely will be incredibly sped up footage because there's not much to talk about. So after that, we head to Price, who is an Ice-type gym leader, and that's not great for us, but after some back and forth with some potions and signal beams with the Seal, we managed to take it down. The Dugong goes down after a few attacks, and then finally out comes Piloswine. Piloswine! It immediately smacks itself, and we're able to take it down a few hits later. Once again, I'm going to do the same thing with the next portion of the game. The radio-based portion of Rocket Tower is pretty uneventful, so what we'll go ahead and do is just fast forward to Claire. So, I'll see you there. Hello, I am here to interrupt your regularly scheduled video to talk to you real quick about NordVPN. Just keep in mind that if you do need a VPN service, that Nord is going to be the way to go. With over 4,500 different servers available in 59 different countries, having advanced anti-malware features built in, being able to get TV, games, stuff like that would typically be country locked is never been easier. So, use the link below, you'll get a special little deal, tell them I sent you, and enjoy the rest of your video. Bye! When we get to Claire, Claire starts out by sending out Gyarados, which we immediately confuse. We start getting Dragon Rage to low health, but we do manage to take it out. Unfortunately, by that time, our health is a little too low, and the Dragonite immediately turns our little moth into a sad pile of ash. Not catch him. Anyway, round 2, we confuse Gyarados right off the bat, and it hits itself, so when Dragonair comes out, we're officially at full health. However, we don't one-shot it, and it Thunder Waves us, and we spend the next turn paralyzed. We do manage to take it out, but the Kingdra is able to come out and immediately take us out. Third attempt pretty much goes the same way with getting Thunder Waved and taken out by Kingdra. Unfortunately, being paralyzed ends most of our battles. After a few more losses, we bite the bullet, we level up to 60, before challenging Claire again, and we learn Bug Buzz. Gyarados is a 2-shot, the Dragonair that Thunder Waves went down in 1, the Kingdra is a 2-shot, but not before it puts up a smoke screen, making us miss before taking it out, and the final Dragonair goes down to a single Bug Buzz, winning us the 8th badge. Oh, after we pass a stupid test. From there, we'll go ahead, we'll skip the Kimono Girls and catching a Ho-Oh and move on to fighting the Elite Four. We do, of course, end up doing that, but I just end up catching it in a Master Ball because it's a fire flying type. It decimates us, of course it does. Once again, these little events I'm probably going to end up leaving out for a majority of the runs. If it's something you want to see, by all means, go ahead, let me know. Or if you want me to try battling and killing it and you just want to see that, again, let me know. The more comments I have for things like this, the better. From there, with the final battle, towards the end of Victory Road, we do actually lose the first time due to an unfortunate burn. Between the burn and just the stacking damage, we do end up getting taken out, but the second time, we sweep through his team without too much trouble. After that, it's time for the Elite Four, and Will, the Psychic Trainer, is first up. By now, mostly due to Claire, we are fairly over-leveled, and the battle with Will is basically a one-hit sweep the entire way. Unfortunately, there's not too much to recap there, just because our level has made this very easy, so we move on to Koga, who is, also a one-shot sweep, until we get to Fortress, but they only lay down some Toxic Spikes, and we can't switch anyway, so GG's. Oh, and then he has a Muck that we also take down, so that's 2 out of 4 finished. Now, in this generation, Bruno is actually more of a threat that he was in prior generations, but not by, or prior generation, but not by much. However, each of his Pokemon were also a single hit, and fell to the wrath of Venemoth, which means we are 3 down and 1 to go. Umbreon and Murkrow go down in a single hit, and Houndoom hangs on to retaliate with a hard-hitting Flamethrower. We do take it down, and on the next turn, we move on to Vileplume, who thankfully, very thankfully, goes down in 1 hit. After that, we heal up and move our way on to Lance, the Dragon Tamer, whose Pokemon Hyper Beamed a man at point-blank range, but I think the man survived, so surely it's not gonna knock out a Venemoth, right? Right? Well, we lose. Multiple times, to the point that recapping would actually take a long time. So what I'm going to do is show you just the final battle. I'm going to show off the footage here because I feel like it went very well, and we had a lot of luck on our side involved, but a win is a win. Now, alright. Why was there a dog in the bathroom? I mean, that sounds like something that somebody who is related to Dahmer would say. Okay. Dang it, that's fucking weird. Alright, you know what? That's fair. Oh, fuck, I need to be using... Oh, okay. Weird AI choice. Murder isn't a... Oh. But, probably gonna heal. No! Okay. I mean, yeah, dogs are like little tiny velociraptors. If they get away to worm into an area that they shouldn't be in, they're gonna find it. Alright, we're gonna try this. It's hella inaccurate. Come on. Smack yourself, please. Yes! Okay. Alright, Tiberius, I'll take that. At this point, I don't care. Silently join me in the chat. On, smack yourself again. Yes! Bathroom is too heavy. Oh my god. I mean... Tangy Bats, that is literally the only logical explanation. Nope, no items in battle. Come on, buddy. Yep. Gotta love them challenge runs. Oh, I think, honestly, I think at the very least, if we don't win it now, I think level 80, we would have it. Okay. God, this is so fucking scary. On, smack yourself. Oh. Yes! Okay. I thought about it. Oh, come on, smack your... Fuck. Sleep Powder is really good in Gen 1, but not so much in Gen 2, simply because they could wake up and attack. That's the only reason I didn't. Might heal again, I don't know. Yeah, but I think we're faster. Even if he doesn't heal. Nice. This might do it because the special defense just fell. Has he? Okay, I mean, if he has, he has. But with the special defense drop, this might actually go ahead and just straight up murder. That's the Elite Four and Champion! If you've played the Gen 2 games, you know the run is technically won, but we are far from being finished. Additionally, if you've played Gen 2, you know that the Kanto region is pretty easy up until the point we get to Blue. So, what we're going to go ahead and do is basically cover all of the Kanto, or none of the Kanto, I should say, gym leaders, up until we get to Blue. I'm still working on my editorial skills, so I will try to have their footage playing during this part, but I promise you, it is nothing special to look at, up until we get to blue. Okay, so it turns out doing that was a little bit easier than I thought, but we all know that you're actually watching here for blue. So once we get to blue, we take out the Executor with a single shot. With an Akaberry, I hope that's the right pronunciation, weakening Arcanine's Fire Blitz, we're able to survive and start attacking back. We make it all the way to Rhydon, but unfortunately, a single Stone Edge is able to immediately take us out. On attempt 2, Arcanine hits us with Flare Blitz, heals up, and after we hit, sends in Pidgeot. Pidgeot is easy enough to take down with a couple Bug Buzzes, and when Arcanine gets sent out, we managed to take it down this time. If somebody knows why the AI decided that switching was a good move, by all means, let me know. This time, Rhydon goes down to a Bug Buzz, and Machamp is easily taken out with Psychic. His Gyarados is last, and goes down after a few attacks, but gives us a nice dance before it goes down. And now, we finally have all 8 Kanto badges, and once again, it's time to keep going. So, now that we are continuing to move on, we go through Mount Silver. Honestly, the trip through Mount Silver isn't too difficult. What is difficult is the challenge ahead. And when I say that it was difficult, I mean it was difficult. It took me 153 attempts to finally beat Red. We tried Double Team strats, Confusion strats, holding an Akaberry, but the final winning strategy was to basically keep putting everything to sleep. Remember when I said sleep powder wasn't as good? Well, it turns out it is. And holding a Shell Bell. Once again, it's way too much footage to cover, so I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward to the final attempt. By now, we are, of course, level 100. Pikachu goes down to a single Bug Buzz, and next is Charizard. We swapped out Psychic for Sludge Bomb to get that stab bonus, so Charizard goes down with a couple Sludge Bombs, Lapras comes out, and once again, you guessed it, we put it to sleep. At this point, you'll see me messing with save states a little bit, trying to get an idea of what the final Pokemon are like, but thankfully it wasn't needed. Lapras does finally go down after a bit of time, and out next is Blastoise, who we put to sleep, and also goes down after a few Sludge Bombs. Snorlax is a brick wall, but again, we do put him to sleep, but honestly, it's a giant game of chip damage because of how bulky he is, and unfortunately, he does manage to get us with Blizzard before he finally goes down. Finally, we have made it to the last Pokemon, Venusaur, but we are very low on HP. A critical hit on Venusaur brings him to a sliver, and he does heal up. However, it doesn't matter after so many attempts, we're finally able to bring down this Pokemon. And with that, we show that we can, in fact, win Pokemon HeartGold with a single Venemoth. Now, I do also want to apologize for how the footage looks here, because after so many attempts and finally winning, I got super hyped that I accidentally minimized the screen, so in my absolute professionalism, you get to see me throw a small party and accidentally halfway close my stream. But we have some amazing runs planned in the future, and I hope you come to see them. We've got a Charmander run working In the background, we have a Plusle and Minen run that we're working on, a Metronome run. A friend of mine right now, or at least at the time of recording, we were doing a randomizer race, and we're going to be doing a couple more, so we've got a lot of content that's coming down the pipes. I've really been enjoying doing these challenge runs and just finding ways to breathe life into these old games. So once again, I truthfully hope you stick around. I hope you have a great day. And as I always say for the outro, if you like the video, even if you didn't like the video, think about hitting that like and subscribe button. It really does help me out. Leave a comment as well. Tell me how you found the channel. After all, we know how comments in the YouTube algorithm are. So, until next time, everybody, peace out.